Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making samp and beans with lamb. A very good friend of mine is not well and she's asked me to make this for her. So let's start cooking. So these are the ingredients we will be using today for our samp and lamb. I've got the dry spices: cinnamon stick, cardamom pods, bay leaf and jeera. 1 large onion diced, 3 small chilies, and I'm using lots of thyme. All this is from my garden. Sunflower cooking oil, a tablespoon of ginger and garlic, and 4 large tomatoes grated. And then I've got tomato paste, steak and chop spice, turmeric, Kashmiri spice, masala, salt to taste. And this is 1 cup samp and beans that I've already boiled. This can be bought in a can as well. And then I've got 700 grams of lamb that I'm using. This is the back leg of the lamb. There's very little bone, which is perfect for my friend because she's not well and she can't have all the bony meat. So let's start cooking. So I've got a large cast iron skillet that I'm using today, and I've got my flame on high. I'm just going to be adding sunflower cooking oil. I'm using 200 ml. You could add more if you like. And then I'm just adding the dry spices. Just going to let this infuse. So we can add our onion and chili at this point. Just giving that a good mix. And then also our thyme. Thyme infuses lovely. So when I'm done cooking, I am going to remove all the thyme stems, because again, fussy people, so it's just there for flavor, and it flavors really well in soups, in stews, hearty winter meals like the samp and beans. Samp and beans with lamb is a hearty meal, perfect winter meal on that cold day. So we're just going to cook this and continue mixing until the onions has cooked. So the onions is now cooked. Just going to be adding our ginger and garlic paste. Give that a mix. And then our tomato paste, about a tablespoon. Adding our tomato, just a little bit of turmeric, Kashmiri curry powder, just going to give this a good mix. Just going to let the onions cook a little. So the onions and the tomato is busy cooking. Just going to let the two cook properly, and then we can add the lamb. So the onions and the tomato are cooked properly. It cooks quicker if your tomatoes are grated and the thyme is infusing well into everything. Now we're going to be adding the lamb. I did season the lamb with steak and chopped spice just a little bit. Just going to give this a good mix. Just going to add a little bit of warm water here just to help it cook and create a steam, because we're going to cover this with the lid and we're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. You don't want too much of water, just a little bit. This is lamb, so it cooks quickly. Mix this. And I'm going to cover this with a lid and let it cook for 10 to 15 minutes. So the lamb has been cooking for 12 minutes now with the lid on, and it's almost cooked. I am going to be adding the samp in as much as I can get in there. It's going to keep some room for mixing and for this to cook. I'm going to be adding the steak and chopped spice. Remember, this already has salt in it, and just a little bit of salt to taste. Just going to give this a good mix. This is a staple South African meal. It's a traditional South African meal and a staple in most homes. It's part of South Africa's heritage, and I know a lot of people do enjoy this. So I've mixed this nicely. I'm just going to cover this with the lid. I'm turning the heat down, and I'm going to let this to cook for another 5 minutes. So the samp is now cooked. The meat is also cooked. Just going to be adding some coriander. I hope you enjoyed this video today, guys. Please remember to subscribe and share. Until our next video, take care. Bye bye.